Hello everyone, Angie here, coming on for day 2 of my Labor of Love file folder laptop combo project. This is going to be a journal, but I want it to be like multifunctional. So it's kind of going to be like a file folder journal slash laptop. You know, the title really doesn't really matter, but I think it's going to end up being a really, really pretty project. We left off with trying to get the construction done, and I had to do some adjusting on my panels. So I went ahead and did that. And in the process, I went ahead and reinforced all the scored edges because I think this is going to be kind of a heavy, big project. As you can see, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 panels. So 6 in front, 6 in the back with pockets and side tucks and different things. So I think it's going to be pretty heavy. So I reinforced all the edges with some painter's tape. I had that one piece of washi tape down the middle here. I removed that, and painter's tape is kind of like washi tape. It is kind of semi-removable, but it's got a little bit of a better adhesive. So I thought the green would actually kind of tie in with kind of the earth tones that I've chose for the design on this. So if any of the green peeks out, not a big deal. I almost even thought about just going all around the edges completely, but I changed my mind. I thought I'd just go do the strips on both sides on the vertical lines ones, okay? So I made my adjustments on there, went ahead and reinforced the edges, and I inked all the way around both sides completely with some Vintage Photo Distress ink. Went around all the way around those, and I put me some magnets down where I think they might be best utilized, okay? The way this is going to work, this is going to be my center spine right here, that 1-inch gap that gusset that we gave ourselves, and I am going to put one single signature inside of there, okay? So that'll accommodate that. And I've marked all my flaps kind of as I was doing it to kind of see how I wanted to do it. So this is going to be the front. It's going to fold like this. Then this one's going to fold like this. Okay, and there's going to be a little notch here. This is the middle. So then this one will come in, and this one will come over, and it will meet in the middle like that. Okay, and then the signature will sit right in between this section and this section. There'll be a signature right in the middle there. Okay, so I think that'll be a really nice, good size project. Accommodate a lot of material and be very functional. Okay, I think it's going to be very sturdy as well. So then when I did my magnets, I did 1, 2, 3, 4 here on this first flap, okay, just to kind of help hold that down. And I don't know how well these magnets are going to work. Sometimes they clap and they clasp and you can hear them click, and then, I mean, you can hear them click, but they don't really stay. So I don't know how well those are going to work, but we're going to go with it. And if I have to make adjustments as we go, that's not a problem either. So the first set of magnets are there. Then this will open up this way. And you can open it up all the way, but just to kind of give it a semi-closure. That will go this way. Then this will go this way. So then I have 4 more magnets to hold that. And then you can open that up. And then that will open that way. Okay? And then the back, of course. So, and I've got everything marked, kind of semi what I want to do or what I've thought about doing. And like I said, if I want to make any changes as we go, we can do so. I am just taking it one section, one page at a time. And if something clicks and I come up with a different idea, I'll make adjustments. Okay, I am using the papers that I briefly showed you on yesterday's video. I have pre-cut a few of the pages to kind of get a little semi-start on here. And excuse me, a little something there is kind of bugging me. Okay, so I thought we would get a little bit started on some of the lining, and we will start with the front page. And I have right here. We'll see how much we can get done in the time allowed, okay? I thought bring this pretty piece in here, and I am going to try my best to butt these panels up right to the edge as closely as I can, without going over, you know, and I'm allowing room for the folds and such. But so a lot of times I usually give myself a little bit of a mat, kind of something like that. But I'm going to try my best to just go right up to the edge. Okay. So that's what I am doing. I have pre-cut a couple, and we'll see how well I did. And on some pieces, I'll be using glue. On some pieces, I'll be using tape. On some pieces, I'll be using hot glue probably. It's just going to be a combination of effort here, depending on the weight of the paper, depending on the type of fold I'm doing. And I think I grabbed a tape that's empty. Let me grab this one. And I think that one's empty as well. All right, well, I don't have time to search for some more tape right now, so we're gonna shift gears and we will use wet glue. Just the only thing with wet glue is it just, you know, you've got to give it that little time to dry. And all right, I'm gonna clasp that down just so it doesn't move on me too much. All right. Let's bring in the wet glue. And I did not do the edges. I want to use craft cardstock on the edges of that. I thought that would look really nice, so I cut that for there. Okay. All right, so let's try and get some of this done and see how it gets started. I just want to kind of get a look of how it's going to be. Like I said, I really haven't thought the whole thing through. I kind of like to just wing it. I have an idea of what I want, but I like being able to shift gears and change things up if you want to, you know. Unless something is specifically, you know, has to be a certain way. I'm kind of a fly by the seat of my pants kind of gal most of the time. And I like to be able to just, as I'm creating and I come up with an idea, I can incorporate that on a, you know, on a page, or stop and shift gears and work that project in, or that idea in, should I say. Okay. So I'm going to be doing a lot of turning and stuff with these because it's a big project. This is, what, 9 inches by, I don't even know the length, but once we get a little bit done and get a little bit more sturdiness, I will, I'll let you know. But each panel, I think, is what, 5.5 inches, and there's 6 of them, so it's a pretty chunky, pretty big book. Okay. All right, so that's our first panel. Very pretty. And then I thought we'd put this down right there. And it fits pretty darn well. I did a pretty good job cutting so far. Might trim just a hair off once we get it on, we'll see. But I like that, so let's get that down. So how is everyone today? I hope everyone's in a good spirits. I am just plugging away at my little projects, hoping to keep you guys enthusiastic about your crafting projects and inspiring you to just do this and do that and create this and create that. I love doing these types of projects, you know. I just hope that I have some new looks, thoughts, and can jolt some inspiration for you guys. I mean, by any means, all the stuff that we do has been seen 100,000 times, but it helps watching and observing somebody else do their project, because it sparks interest and ideas, and I love that. So I hope I do that for you guys. Okay, so that's the first page. And we'll be doing other stuff, but I just want to get the panels down first, and then we'll come back and do the decorating and all that good stuff. Okay, so this is what I have for the second page. And I'm going to be doing a mixture of papers and blending and patterns, and I'm hoping in the end everything will all come together and look beautiful. And on the panels that I have magnets, I'm choosing to use the thinner papers just so the magnets will connect better, because you got to realize we're going through a thickness of paper, we're going through the file folder, we're going through another thickness of paper, and then it's got to possibly go through another thickness of paper to reach, it's got to go through another thickness of paper to reach the magnet. So that's a lot of thickness. So where I can use thinner paper, I will, and because I have a mixture, I have, you know, designer series paper, I have copy weight paper, I have cardstock weight paper, I have several, I have, yeah. So I'm gonna have to be cautious of what I use and where I use it. Okay, now I did not ink this piece of paper, so let me bring a little ink to that. Okay, I think that's good. And if we need to touch up, we always can. Okay, I think I want that going this way. Try my best to get everything lined up perfectly as much as I can. So again, I'm going to be shifting this around and around as we go to each panel, guys, okay? So do be patient with me. My light is not the best sometimes, depending on the time of day, and I don't want to have my head in your way. And I think we're good there. So, bring my glue back in. Kind of hold it in place a little bit here. Help me hold it in place with my clipper. Okay, now let's get that baby down. And I hope I came in far enough with the magnets. Because when you use magnets, you don't want to get too close to the edges. You want to allow enough room for the paper to secure itself down. And I think I did that. Okay. Turn it a little bit. Do my best to get the glue right up next to the edge. All around that magnet. Okay. And slowly work that down. So far, so good. Check those edges, and they look really good. Right up to the edge. Looks very good. Okay, now we can turn. Let's see here. Then I have this, and this is what I'm going to put on my pocket right there. So let's get that next. Ink up those edges on this paper. Okay. This is going to go right there. Okay. And I have a limited workspace here. My desk is not that wide or big, so that's why I struggle sometimes with my space. Gotta make sure we get that secured down around those magnets. Okay, turn this a bit. Get this other side. Put it in my lap a little bit here. There we go. Okay. Okay, now we can secure this pocket down. So like I said, these panels are about 5.5 inches each in width. And this pocket is, looking at that, almost 3 inches in depth, so got a good sized pocket. Okay, so there's one panel, not too bad. And you can see the magnets a little bit there. Yeah, can you see that? The bulkiness of those magnets, and they are kind of thick. I don't have the real slender ones. They're like, I want to say, what are they? They're almost 1/8 of an inch, actually, thickness. I wish I had some of the smaller ones, but I don't. But we'll work with what I've got. So I may, when it comes to decorating, you know, bring something in those corners if possible and decorate it and kind of give it a little bit more coverage on those. We'll see as we go along. Okay, so that's the second panel. Now here I have written down, I have a flap and a magnet. Now on this page I want to bring in a flap, and I've got my goodies right here. Let me bring those out, show you what I have in mind, and these are all my other pieces. Okay, so now this page is going to go on here, and if I cut it well, it should line right up. It looks like it does. Okay, then this, oh, this is for this section here. I got to cut that out, and we'll put that on there. And I cut some circles for the magnets just in case I needed them. I didn't know if I wanted to go underneath here just to like that, but I think I'm going to try to do without it, like I said, just for the less thickness. Okay, so let's get this page inked, and then I'll show you how I want to incorporate this flap in here. Take away all the white edges. Okay, now this is going to set here, and I want to bring in this flap here to kind of cover the lady right here. And I've made myself a line, measured a line the width of my flap, and that's going to sit right there. So then when it opens up, you have a little something cute to look at there. But I'm going to tuck that under so you don't see this piece here. So what I'm going to do there, let's move this out of the way real quick. And I'm just going to cut that line right where I have the mark. Okay. I'm just going to use my finger blade. Start right there. Okay. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to slide this in. I cut it the right thickness here, length. I don't want to tear the paper, so I'm trying to just go slowly. There we go. Slide that in like that, and it's going to be a little flap, just like so. Okay, so we line that up, and we're going to flip this over, and we're going to glue this down. Just like that. Okay, and then we'll glue this down to the page. But I also want to incorporate a magnet right there. So, I don't know if I had a magnet or if I flipped it off or not. Let's see. Here we go. Okay, so here's my magnet. And it may stay closed, it may not. I don't even know. Do we need a magnet? We may not even need one. I was thinking about putting a magnet there. I'm going to say let's go ahead and do it just in case. So I'm going to put a piece of glue and put this first piece down and let that catch. Put my finger blade here. Take off this piece of paper. And, well, now that I think about it, let's see. Okay. So then flip it over like this and let it find where the magnet is. See how it kind of, there we go, catch on. Okay, there we go. Then I know where this magnet needs to go, underneath here. And it will be hidden. Just like that. Okay, so we're going to first start with the magnet. Already caught. There we go. So see, now I have to get my paper lined up. Hold that into place and find my clipper so that can help me. Okay, then line up my magnet. Here we go. And then put that down. So we can lift this one up. And that is down. Okay, now we can secure our paper in place. Again, check our edges. Put some glue on top of our magnets. And move that flap out of my way. Get half down and then turn it around and get the other half down. Okay, and I think we'll stop there, and I will prep my pages for the next few panels and decide what I want to do on the next ones. Leave that open for the moment, and we'll continue on there. Make sure that's good and secure. I can bring my bone folder into the edges a little bit. There we go. Okay, so let me turn this around. I'll kind of give you an idea of where we're at here. This will go like this. And this is our middle section, remember, okay? So that's the halfway point there. This is going to be a pocket going up here. This goes like this and like that. So there we are. That's where it's how it's going to sit, just like that. Okay, just like that. So that's our front. And we've got this. I still need to put that little flap on there. I'll go ahead and do that real quick. And then we've started on this one. We've got a little flap, magnetic flap there. And I'll decide if I want to bring something in here, tuck in a pocket, something like that. But I thought that was a fun little element to put right there. Okay, and we'll continue on panel 4 on the next video. Okay, I'm going to use a clip here just to hold that closed until our next video, and I will leave everything. I will go ahead and do the one little tab on the opposite side, and other than that I will save the rest to progress with you on the next video. Okay, so thank you so much. I hope you guys follow along on this project. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you on the next video. Bye-bye.